as well as gentlemen, Papa Boris here with another Hearthstone Arena run. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna play Rogue. I really didn't like Rogues before they were nerfed, but now that no one else plays Rogues, I feel like, whatever, I'll give it a shot. I feel like they're still pretty good. People probably won't be playing around them or be as used to seeing them as they were, because almost like nobody's playing them after the patch. And it'll get rid of divide by zero error on my spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and try this out. Alright, well we have total garbage, and one of the best cards ever. There's the nerfed Conceal. Luckily I don't really care about this. Between these two creatures, I think this is actually the more consistent one. Yeah, it costs an extra mana, but not having this drawback is pretty nice, and makes it a little bit easier to have multiples of them in your deck. Vanish. This doesn't seem that good to me. Between these two cards, I really don't like the Booty Bay, so we're going to take the Ancient Brewmaster. Alright, so we're getting a little chumper nugget here. Either a silence or card draw. Stats are the same. Boy, it's tricky. I'm going to get the card drawer here, just because this is something I can play on turn 2. This is something that only can really be played later. You could say it's a mistake. I know silence is a very powerful thing, but I like the consistency of the Loot Hoarder better. Alright. Oh my god. Could this have been a little bit more spread out? Jesus Christ. These are all three really good cards. I think I'm going to take Betrayal. It's a little bit more consistent. You can usually kill one creature. Sometimes you can kill two, but the thing about Betrayal is, don't go crazy making sure that you can kill two creatures with it. If you can even kill one, that's perfectly great. So this is fine. Really sad to pass on the Stormwind Champion, though. Right, hard not to take Assassinate. One-click kills are pretty nice. Don't like this guy. This guy's a bit sketchy. We're going to take the Gnomish Inventor for some card draw. Oh, there's a tough call here. So, all of these are pretty good cards. Blade Flurry, obviously not as good as it used to be. So at the moment, with your hero ability, it only deals 1 damage to everything. So it's like worse than the Fan of Knives. With the Perdition's Blade, it can deal 2 damage to everything. It's just not quite as good now that you can't buff your hero ability. So, Blade Flurry, I'm going to pass on that. So, Master of Disguise can be very handy. It's a 4/4 for 4, which is fine, and the fact that you can give something stealth is nice. One thing I missed, actually, when I first saw this, is it's not just stealth to the end of your next turn, it's just permanent stealth, and it can sit around for as long as it wants to. But I think the Emperor Cobra is better. I think just the ability to deal with anything on land and make it harder for your opponent to play creatures down is better than the potential benefit of stealth. Alright, Sinister Strike is total garbage. Shadow Step could be good. Unless you repeat certain effects. I don't really see anything here, though, that would be worth Shadow Stepping. So we'll take Shiv. It's been nerfed. Still think it's really good card, though. Alright, we're getting a legendary. Edwin Van Cleef. I don't want to try this combo nonsense. Especially now that Shiv is more expensive and all that stuff. We'll take Captain Greenskin, and this is great. It'll make your hero ability 2/3, which is pretty solid. So, pretty nice legendary. Considering how situational a lot of legendaries are, that one's pretty great. Deadly Poison is fantastic. I think even better than Betrayal. It gives you, if you put it on your dagger, it gives you it basically turns your dagger into a Fiery War Axe, a 3/2, which is just ridiculous. So we'll take it. Another Deadly Poison? Yes, please. So Cold Blood is an interesting card, but I think I'm going to take the more consistent Silver Moon Guardian here. The 3/3 with Divine Shield is just so irritating to deal with. Okay, this guy is neat. So he'll usually call maybe a 3/3 for 3 with Taunt, which is fine. It's like a Grizzly Bear. But sometimes if I can get it out with one of these 2 Deadly Poisons or with a Perdition's Blade, the discount's even bigger. Now, Sprint is a really solid card, so I have to weigh that carefully because it's nice to have one of these in your deck. But I think this is good. I don't have any Taunt yet, and he's cheap, so we'll go ahead and make sure we pick him up here. Alright, these are all fine, but here I'll take the opportunity to grab a Silence. I don't like either of these cards very much, so we'll take another Silver Moon Guardian. Alright, so I need a little bit of late game here. I do love the Direwolf Alpha, though. I've already got two late game-ish cards. Let's just hope I get some more big stuff. I love Frost Elemental very much, but Direwolf Alpha is just too good to pass up. Alright, so it's between Shattered Cleric and Backstab. Shattered Cleric rather perfectly fits into my curve, but Backstab is just too good not to take. And it's still too good not to take. Alright, Godstone Auctioneer. Pretty great with those backstabs I just picked up. Perfect. Some more late game. Defy String Leader versus the Raging Worgen. I think they're both a cut above the Loot Hoarder. Raging Worgen is quite good, especially because I have this gaping hole in my curve. But I think the Defy String Leader is just so solid, especially if you can coin him out on turn 1. Even with the nerf, now he only has 2 health instead of 3. Since nobody's playing rogues anymore, you don't have to worry about him getting backstabbed as much. I think I'm going to take him over the Worgen. Alright, Assassinate or Eviscerate. I think it's got to be Eviscerate. 4 damage will kill most things, and the 3 mana discount is pretty significant. Yuck. Not liking any of this stuff. We'll take the Argent Squire. It's a very annoying 1-drop. Assassin's Blade. So I am just continually passing up cards to fill up this hole in my mana curve, but I think Assassin's Blade is just too good not to take. Alright, well here we'll take a mediocre 3-drop. I really wish this were a Worgen or a Shattered Cleric instead of this mediocre garbage thing, but I do need to fill that 3-drop if I can. Another Betrayal. I think I have enough removal here. Backstabs, Deadly Poisons. I've got the Perdition's Blade. Got even a Shivan and Eviscerate and a Betrayal. Yeah, I don't need another Betrayal. I think filling in my 3-drop is a little bit more important at this stage. Between Frostwolf, Warlord, Guru, Bashi, Berserker, I don't think I want any more Shivs. Well, I have a lot of cheap creatures in this deck, so this guy could very well be quite big. I'll go ahead and grab him. Alright, well, it looks like this game really wants me to get a Betrayal. I think it's better than a mediocre taunt creature. And we end up with a rare. Oh, this is total garbage. That sucks. Headcrack is a bad card. Okay, well, I guess we'll go for the Master Swordsmith. That is a little bit less garbage. So, I did get a lot of removal. Got 2 Deadly Poisons and Eviscerate, 2 Backstabs, an Assassin's Blade, Assassinate. I think 2 Betrayals. Sort of the strength of the rogue is you can just kill all their stuff really cheaply and still trickle out your own things. Main danger here is if I draw a hand with lots of removal and my opponent plays nothing, then I'll feel kind of sad. But as long as that doesn't happen, I should have some pretty good games and be pretty resilient against what my opponents do. Our first worthy opponent is a priest. I am Eternity. Or no, wait, what? I am Eternity. This person missed a T there. Okay. I'm actually going to keep this. This is such a good card to look forward to, and these will provide some early plays. That's fine. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to make a video with Rogue is I wanted to just show how things play. Now, the hero ability has been nerfed to hell and back. So, it used to be that you could buff a dagger. Notice now, it's just very simple. You just equip a 1/2 dagger. So, this gives new players an opportunity to screw up. Because, if you click this when you already have a weapon in place, it destroys your current weapon. So you could, like, lose your Assassin's Blade and whatnot. I will just play the Loot Hoarder. Well, let's think. If I play Eviscerate and kill this thing, I don't draw a card. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. If my opponent kills it, then we'll, like, Eviscerate this Pyromancer. Of course, actually, a spell will kill it, but then my dagger will finish it off, so that's totally fine. Alright, he's got a spell. Oh, God, Mind Vision is so good. Well, I hope he got Captain Greenskin or the Ogre. Either an Eviscerate or a Betrayal would be pretty good for him to have. Oh, man. This situation, Frostwolf Warlord, definitely not as good as the Gurubashi Berserker I passed over. That's a fact. Alright, so now we don't want to lose the Cobra to that, so we're going to dagger up and smack. Have to be very careful here. I'm already down to 24. It's a little scary. But basically now, it's a little bit simpler to play as the rogue. You just keep whacking your opponent in the face. You don't have to worry about keeping a dagger around so that you can buff it, so that you can kill something if you play something. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff. Just swing, swing, swing. Swing your booty. Your booty. Oh. Alright, there's Backstab. That feels pretty good. Let's put on a rogue, or a Cobra.
Here
Swing.
we go.
I'll be pretty happy to play this guy as a 5/5 next turn, if this Cobra's still around. Oh man, I do need to actually work a little bit to set up Captain Greenskin. Jeez, he just doesn't like his cards. He's stealing all of mine. What a punk. Well, it looks like, actually, I wouldn't know it if he had Eviscerate or Backstab. Alright, let's just drop a big dude here. You know, maybe I should have kept my dagger around instead of swinging at him. Even though it was a 1/1, it still would have become a 2/2. So that would have been pretty good still, I think. Gurubashi Berserker, pretty good answer to my... Actually, no, that's not a good answer at all. I can just kill it. Okay. Well, yeah, let's just kill this thing. That's a pretty good thing to kill. And let's... Oh, my Cobra actually lives. I forgot about that. Wow, I don't know if that Gurubashi was the right play or not. I mean, my Cobra just totally survives. Let's play that guy. Well, my opponent has done literally nothing all game. Wait, not literally, but you know what I mean. He's done pretty much nothing all game. So I'm waiting to see what he's got planned for my big board here. A couple of Shadow Word deaths would get him. Did he really just hit me with Holy Fire instead of my Frostwolf Warlord? Okay, I think we're up against a Stone Cold newbie here. That's the only explanation I can think of for what he's doing. Yeah, let's swing. Swing. So yeah, he definitely should have used Holy Fire to kill my Frostwolf Warlord. That's... Gotta kill your opponent's creatures, man. And we'll play Captain Greenskin here. This is 6 damage. I'm just gonna start swinging. Try to burn my opponent out here. So I've got Deadly Poison coming up. And Eviscerate to help burn my opponent out. I don't mind, you know, playing against a newbie. Getting kind of a free win here. But priests at this point really have nothing that can solve their problems. Gurubashi Berserker is 5 out of 7 mana. It's not doing a whole lot. And doubling his health's not going to do a whole lot either when this Cobra still just kills it. Anyway, I think that's going to be the game. It's a really amusing game. Let's eviscerate. I like the new animations, by the way. They're a little bit faster. Well played. Alright, so my opponent did absolutely nothing. Yeah, and we Raffle stomped him. This just goes to show, by the way, why Arena is a contest of skill. I mean, you can tell definitely that player wasn't very good at the game, and it wasn't just that, you know, he didn't draft quite as good cards or whatever, but like it was a real just butt stomping. Which is fine. I mean, I hope that player, you know, sticks it out, learns the game, gets better, and that's the exciting thing about Hearthstone. Alright, I get to do the Coin Defias. Do I want to keep this other stuff? I think I'm actually going to keep this other stuff. This all seems fine. So first I Coin Defias, then I make a dagger. Then I can, like, Deadly Poison, maybe shift something. And I can look forward to Captain Greenskin. Take a sip of my good luck ginger soda. Okay, Gadget Auctioneer, cool card and all, but the potential to draw a card is not worth the aggressive start here. So this is a lot more manageable now that this guy's only a 2/2. Plenty of things will kill it now, like an Arcane Shot or 2/1 Chargy Dude. Ooh, my opponent doesn't have any of that stuff though. He's just gonna Steady Shot me. That's fine and good. Ooh, I can actually play this. Yeah, I still have nothing to do next. I have nothing to do next turn anyway. So next turn I might as well make a dagger or Deadly Poison, attack something. So I'll put another creature on the board. An Explosive Shot does sort of kill everything. Explosive Shot is now a very good answer to turn 1 Coin Defias, because previously the Ringleader would survive, now he no longer does. But that's actually totally fine. I'm okay with that, because this guy at least will draw me a card from the Ordeal. Wow, my opponent really has a slow start. So poor unlucky bastard didn't have anything to do, and he's going to pay the price for it here. Let's make a dagger.
You're looking at me.
If he had an Acidic Ooze, he would have clearly played it by now, so I'm going to play a Deadly Poison. Get that ready to go. So now it's kind of like I have a Fiery War Axe in my hand. So Deadly Poison, the reason that card is so good, by the way, it's basically a Fiery War Axe that costs 3 mana. Like, you spend 2 mana to make the dagger, 1 mana to play Deadly Poison, so it's 3 mana, and it's a Fiery War Axe. It's a 3/2. It's just so incredibly good. Now, if I were to click this button, my dagger would get destroyed, which is very, very bad. So he killed 2 of my creatures with multi-shot. That is unfortunate, but I'm okay with that. I could actually draw a card with Shiv. We'll hold on to Shiv, I think. Actually, you know what? Next turn I've got things to do. Wait, no, hang on. I want to wait for this Shiv because I do want the Auctioneer preferably to be on the board already when I cast the Shiv, so I draw an extra card from it. Now, if I actually play Captain Greenskin, my weapon becomes a rather crazy 4/3. That's 12 damage over a few turns, which is pretty good. I could just burn my opponent out, basically, at that point. It's a shame I can't play the Assassin's Blade. But yeah, it's worth it now for me to just start whacking my opponent because I've got another weapon behind it. And the game plan here is to burn this feller out. Unleash the Hounds. Never been a big fan of that card. Never really cared when someone played it against me. So, it's very cute. Alright, this is actually really funny because right now, I can't backstab this because it's damaged, but I also don't kill it with Shiv anymore. That's really funny. Okay, so what we're gonna do is use one of my dagger blades to smack a diddle-doo right there. Then, I'm gonna play Gadsden Auctioneer. And then we're gonna backstab this thing to draw a card. And I'm gonna swing with the wolf. So what I've got coming up is actually pretty crazy. I can swing, play Assassin's Blade, Deadly Poison. I have a 5/4, which becomes a 6/5. Is that right? Yeah. And I can just kill my opponent in a matter of turns. Alright, Timberwolf. Not the greatest card, but he is getting some cards here, so it's possible that he can come back. We'll see.
What does the future
That thing. Okay, that's actually really mediocre, so I'm happy that my opponent had nothing better to do. Oh my god, I'm getting all my weapons. Okay. Well, let's think about this. I think actually the way to go is like this.
Here we go.
I'm gonna swing him. I'm gonna Shiv this wolf. Draw 2 cards from my Gadsden Auctioneer and from Shiv itself. Draw a card. Then I get to play Perdition's Blade, which has been comboed. Throw that buzzard. And I got some mana left over. Let's put Deadly Poison on it. Draw a card. This guy is now free. We're gonna play him. And since I have a Taunter in the way, I'm just gonna ignore that guy. I put my guy on the wrong side of the wolf. Whoops. I should have put my Taunter over here. Anyway, even if my opponent has removal for this, I really don't think that with 7 mana, 4 cards, and a Taunter in the way, that he can actually burn me out. So I'm pretty happy to do this, and then next turn he's just dead. Alright, this changes absolutely nothing. Yeah, even without my weapon, my 5/4 is just about to kill my opponent, so this really doesn't help him do anything whatsoever. My opponent does not seem to be aware that I have a Taunter in play, or that he's about to die. So, you know, it's interesting. Again, like I was saying, people have been saying that maybe playing on Saturdays is good, because not as good people are on. It's definitely true that we've seen a few newbies here. So my opponent did a bunch of stuff that really doesn't make any difference. I can just kill him. Alright, that was a good game against Whiskey Guy. So, this arena, we start off with 2 kind of free wins against newbies. But, you know, no matter what time of day you play, you've got to be good at this game if you want to get to the top. Because eventually, the people who win are the people who are good are going to be the only people reaching a certain number of wins. There's going to be no more newbie priests and Whiskey Guy hunters. I encourage you, by the way, if you haven't already, to look at the statistics for what percentage of the player base can reach a certain number of wins. It can help put things into perspective to understand how easy or difficult it is to reach certain stages of the arena. And it also explains why, like, your first 2 wins might be super easy, and then all of a sudden you hit a brick wall and start losing. Because you see that the player pool diminishes dramatically. Alright, we're up against Momo the Mage. Let's think about this. Going first, so fishing for Defy String Leader is not that important. This is a bit slow. This I want to keep, because even if it's just 2 mana for 2 damage, it's fine. The Wolf's actually not super great, so I'm going to ship those 2 cards back. See what I can get in their stead. Oh boy, this is a bit of a slow start. So it looks like I'm going to be making a dagger in my early plays. Unless I can get a little bit lucky and top deck one of my innumerable 2 mana cards. Mana Worm, very good card. It survives Eviscerate. And, yeah. Let's just do this. Alright, now I'm not going to swing at my opponent because I have a Deadly Poison waiting in the wings. Which is a very good answer to Mana Worm. I only take 1 damage back. And it's like a Fiery War Axe. Now, Rogues having a Fiery War Axe is maybe not as scary as a Warrior having it, because a Warrior can heal back life with his hero ability. Rogues cannot. But that's totally fine, I think. Betrayal not super great here. You know, the problem with Deadly Poisoning is that with 2 mana, there's nothing for me to do. What I'm going to do instead, I think, is play the Cobra. This is a very good answer to the Mana Worm, because my Cobra kills it, is out of range for Fire Blast, and then can maybe kill something else. Now, if my opponent can play a spell so that the Mana Worm gets up to 2, then he can finish off my Cobra. Ah, Taunt, also a possibility. Little does my opponent know I have a Deadly Poison. Do I want to cast Betrayal here to kill the Mana Worm? No, because that leaves the wrong guy alive. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play some Deadly Poison. We're going to swing and hit the Grizzly, which is very dangerous against mages especially, because they have a lot of burn spells. But early on, I'm willing to take that risk. Let's play Jungle Panther. Pass the turn. Now, what I'd like to be able to do on this turn is kill whatever my opponent plays with this Cobra and or with this Panther. So I can swing at his face with my Poison Dagger and then play an Assassin's Blade. And be in really good shape.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Right. Spells are a bit cheaper. Cone of Cold. Oh no! That's a really good spell right there. Oh god, that's really good. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Ouch. Because now he can actually finish off my Cobra. My Tiger's actually still stealthy and all, but... Oh my god, that was sad. Alright, we're actually going to kill this thing. Play out an Assassin's Blade. Now is the time for that. Pass the turn. So I can look forward to playing an Ogre, which mages have 101 ways of killing, but still. And I do have removal in my hand, so I should be okay. Oh, he gets to kill the snake. God, that Cone of Cold was so fucking good. Can't even handle it.
Don't mess with Tusker.
It's also a pretty good card, because my Panther doesn't really want to trade into it. Crap. This backstab's not quite cutting the mustard. Alright, I'm gonna hit my opponent. That can't possibly be correct. I really don't think I can afford to take 2 more damage. Okay, I can take 2 more damage. That's fine. Let's drop an Ogre. Don't want to reveal this yet, it will just die to that boar. So, we'll keep that on tap, as it were.
Get behind me.
That's alright. Frost Nova. Lame. Well, I think this is the time to drop my Silver Moon Guardian.
Silvermoon shall not
Followed up with an Eviscerate. And I'm actually going to swing at my opponent. I am too low at health. Considering I'm up against a mage. My health is way too low to keep swinging at minions anymore. Polymorph. Alright. He's playing a very controlling game here. Arcane Explosion. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh my god. Jesus. Christ. Okay, well, let's play a Taunter to stop this little piglet from devastating me all the time. Let's play this, and let's just swing. Oh my god, Arcane. He's having all the right spells. Cone of Cold, Frost Nova, Arcane Explosion. Just everything that he needs, he gets. Nope, I have a Taunter. Thanks much. Thanks much. And we should play another creature so I could, like, use Betrayal. Nope, no such luck. Okay. What I'm gonna do is... kind of want to use this guy, send him back to my hand and replay him so I can get the Divine Shield again. So if I do that, I might as well just take the opportunity to throw that thing off the map. I could have enraged this guy too against it, I suppose. That would have been fine as well. Let's backstab this. See what I get for my card. Oh, this is actually kind of a not very helpful number of betrayals. Let's do this. Get my Divine Shield back so that not everything dies to Flame Strike. And that's it for me. Actually, everything does die to Flame Strike. You can just pop the Divine Shield and then Flame Strike. Okay, this is a very timely assassinate. That is the opposite of a brainer. It is a no-brainer. I wonder if he knows that I top decked it. Okay, well, we're in good shape now. My opponent is just about to die. So for all of his trickery, he hasn't managed to kill my creatures. Betrayal is a bit of a dead card here, unfortunately. That's the tricky thing about Betrayal. It's not always going to be good. Alright, can you play another creature? There you go. My opponent is dead, though. Right? 8 damage? I don't even need Betrayal. Alright. Well, good game. Madame Mage. My opponent made absolutely the right play, by the way. He didn't concede. He played some creatures on the board, because there's always a chance that your opponent will forget to look for the win. And then, you know, trade with your creatures in an efficient manner, blah, 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 and just not kill you. And then that could actually get you back in the game. Odds are low. That's the thing about being a good player. Good players get more lucky than bad players, because they give themselves more chances to get lucky, as my opponent did right there. Alright, I guess what my opponent really needed was a Flame Strike, because if he had Flame Struck me after popping the Divine Shield with his hero ability, I would have had nothing on the board and 2 Betrayals in my hand doing absolutely nothing. Alright, we're up against the Paladin, Minucius. I don't know what that is all about. Okay, well, this is something I want to keep. But let's actually see if we can fish out a Defias Ringleader. Kind of hedging my bets here. I kept this around in case I didn't get a Defias Ringleader. Now, I've got a pretty solid removal hand. I can backstab something and then play Perdition's Blade with combo. It's pretty slick. Alright, Divine Shield. Always fun. I can actually kill a 3 toughness creature with backstab plus Divine Shield. Alright, and here's where being a rogue is just awesome. So I can actually coin out a Perdition's Blade and kill the Knife Juggler that way, but let's use backstab while it's hot. Master Swordsmith. See, this hasn't changed about rogues. Like, yes, rogues got their hero ability nerfed, but sometimes you don't even use your hero ability. A lot of times, you're just killing shit for free because you're a rogue and still playing everything you want to on your turn, and it's just crazy. Alright, I can coin out a Brewmaster. I don't really want to Brewmaster any of this stuff, though. That's a little awkward.
It's time.
Let's kill that. What we're going to do here is just whip out a dagger and start poking. I'm not actually that interested in keeping this dagger around because I've got a Perdition's Blade behind it, so I might as well use the attacks on my opponent. Alright, this actually became a Scarlet Crusader. Don't get to see that very often. Yeah, it's a 3-1 with Divine Shield. Now, my opponent might have Silence. I've been running up against a lot of people playing Silence lately. Ah, True Sliver Champion. This is a very good answer to True Sliver Champion. So he can kill my little dude, and my guy's not getting pumped anymore. But at least I get to do stuff. Ah, Defias Ringleader. Oh my god, I can't actually combo him out. That's really funny. Yeah. Wow. Alright, what I'm going to do is swing for sure. Now, I have to think very carefully. So basically, I can attack my opponent with this dagger, replay the Perdition's Blade, waste the Battle Cry, essentially, coin Defias Ringleader, make a 2-1. That doesn't seem quite right. Other option, I could waste the coin totally, just to trigger combo, play the 5 ringleader. That means next turn I'm not playing Coin Boulder Fist Ogre. So much as this hurts my soul, I'm actually going to dagger up here. If my opponent had put down a creature that I could have backstabbed, then playing the ringleader would have been worth it. It's a very cute play, because what it does is makes it so that if I kill this creature, I pop the Divine Shield, and then his Battlecry triggers, and then I die. And then he gets to keep his True Silver Champion. I think what I'm going to do instead is the following. I'm going to backstab this thing. Then I'm going to play a Perdition's Blade to kill it. Divine Shield gets popped. Now I swing, still for 3 damage, and now the ringleader got comboed out. Do I want to swing at my opponent? No, I don't. I think I might have better targets for this, and my life total is quite high, so I do want to keep this weapon around. He spends all of his mana Boulder Fist Ogring. He's gonna True Silver Champion, I'm guessing the biggest guy I have? Yep. Okay. I'm gonna ignore his stuff. Keep swinging. I'm actually just gonna swing for the face here. So this is a 6/6. This is a 6/7. I don't have anything to do with the extra mana, so play the ogre. Paladins are not good at killing Boulder Fist Ogres. His best play is to swing into me and then play Consecration. Ah, that's actually also a pretty decent play. Oh my god, Betrayal's really good right here. Who do I want to kill? The 6/5 or the 5/6? This guy's sturdier, but he doesn't hit as hard. Let's kill the 5/6 or the 6/5. And I can kill this thing. That seems like the safer bet. Let's kill that thing. Swing at him. We've got another Boulder Fist Ogre on the way. And I'm going to use my weapon. You'll notice I'm swinging at my opponent a lot with my weapon. That's because that's pretty much what this hero ability does. Is it mostly is used for just poking your opponent. So the longer I sit here with this weapon, the more damage I'm wasting by not being able to play my dagger out and hit my opponent in the face with it. The other True Silver Champion, well, he's getting low on life, so seeing him spend half his mana on that is pretty reassuring. Aha, I see what you did there, sir. Alright, fair enough. He's actually killing my big guy, wow. Ballsy. Very ballsy. Alright, let's, do I have enough mana for everything? Yes, I do. Perfect.
The frost wolves stand ready.
So I'm getting ready just to burn him out, basically. This other Peacekeeper saved his life once. But he's in real trouble because I've got 3 damage on my dagger. So, and a 6/6 in play. So he somehow needs to deal with all these creatures that can kill him, and this dagger that can kill him. There are ways, certainly. But it's hard. Blessing of Kings. So he's doing this just to make this guy harder to kill. Which makes sense, because now I can't actually kill this thing. That's so funny. And he's gonna gain life with that True Silver Champion. Wow. That's really funny. I can't get past this. I can do 6 damage, 3 more damage to kill it, then I only do a 1 damage to him. Ugh. Now I could play the Brewmaster, pop this guy back into my hand, replay him on a later turn. First, though, let's go ahead and draw a card. Betrayal. That lets me win the game. Yep. That's just enough to kill him, and then my poison dagger. Oh, wait a minute. Whoops. I'm 1 damage short. Okay, well, anyway, whoops. I forgot that he healed from the True Silver Champion. Okay, so I haven't quite won the game just yet, but I might. Okay, there we go. Minucius Falls. That really is the weak spot of Paladins. They just cannot kill a big creature. So he had actually like one of the best answers, which is a taunting creature with a lot of health. But as you can see, that's not always going to be enough. Only thing he could have done better was put a divine shield on it. Alright, these are 4 pretty easy wins with the rogue. I've actually like never done this well, having this many easy wins playing as rogue, even like before the patch. It's kind of amusing. Alright, so I'm first. No reason to fish for Defias ringleaders. This I definitely want to keep because it's great. And this I want to keep because it is an answer to things. This guy's really mediocre though, so let's go see if we can get a 2-drop of some kind. Alright, not a 2-drop, unfortunately. Rulab the Mage. Alright, backstab. That's actually good to see. So I can kill his early stuff. He's got nothing going on. Eviscerate. Alright, I can kill more of his early stuff. I'm going to swing at him because if I'm playing the Perdition's Blade next turn, then my dagger's getting destroyed anyway. So I might as well use the attacks while I got him. I think that's the biggest change now. Before it was almost always correct to just hold on to your dagger. Now it's almost always correct to attack with your dagger. Right, my opponent's not playing anything, so we'll smack him for 2. Play the Cobra. So now my opponent has to spend some removal killing this Cobra, because if he plays a good creature, it'll die. Other option, of course, is to play a bad creature. Harvest Golem. Pretty good answer to the Cobra. It essentially trades with the Cobra 1 for 1. Oh my gosh, can I combo this guy out somehow in some clever fashion? So I can attack with the Cobra, the thing dies, I can backstab the thing that spawns, but backstabbing the thing that spawns just feels wrong. Perdition's Blade is so much better for dealing with that. Even the dagger is better. Alright, let's definitely kill this. I think that's a fine use of my time. And then... my Cobra's dead anyway, actually, to hero ability, so I don't care about that too much. I could backstab this, get this guy out. That doesn't seem right, though. It just don't seem right. Let's just... I should have done this first, since I ended up drawing a card, but let's just do that. Pass the turn. So he can spend half of his mana killing my Cobra, which is fine. He's got off to a pretty slow start in that case. That's what he's going to do. Frostbolt, interesting. That's a pretty loose Frostbolt there. Alright, so he's just spent his entire turn clearing the board. I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with playing a Brewmaster. I don't see a better time for this. He's a pretty giant guy. Alright, so I think I'd say I'm ahead here. I mean, he's got 8 cards in his hand to my 6, soon to be 7. But I've got incoming card advantage with the Gadsden Auctioneer. So I'm fine with that. Coin it up. Wow, Pyromancer, interesting. Okay, well I think now's the time to drop my Gadsden Auctioneer and backstab this thing before he starts to do anything silly with it. Captain Greenskin, oh yeah. Let's... These guys die to Flame Strike anywhere, so extra 2 damage isn't important. I'm gonna take the time to kill that creature. If this had left me at 1 health, I wouldn't have done it, because then the hero ability could finish me off, but since it leaves me at 2 health, I'm okay with it. Well, I'd say I have the advantage here. I've got the board advantage here. Got good stuff in my hand. My opponent did not manage to kill this. Alright, that's good. Okay. Well, let's see. I think I want to do Captain Greenskin. And I'm actually not going to swing this time, because I do want to put Deadly Poison on this, making it a 4-3, and then start to whack my opponent and deal a total of 12 damage. Flame Strike! Alright, that was his entire turn, though. Greenskin did his job. He did his job. Good, I have an answer if she plays something generic and big. Let's put Deadly Poison on. Now, don't click this button, because it'll make the dagger die. Let's smack-a-doodle-doo, and play my Ogre. This ringleader is now easy enough to combo out that I'm not that bothered about missing the opportunity to combo him off of Deadly Poison. Fireball. My opponent's just spent his entire time killing me, but little does she know, I've got 8 damage incoming, another 4 or 5 damage incoming, And another 4 damage incoming. I mean, this is like almost enough damage just to burn her out completely.
Here
So we're just gonna
we
swing.
go.
Then let's play a Loot Hoarder.
Mind if I roll knee?
Combo out the Ringleader.
Our town, scrub.
And do I want to play this as well? No, because mages very well could have another Flame Strike. Now this all dies to Blizzard, but it's okay, relatively speaking, because the Loot Hoarder draws me a card. Code of Cold, that's a pretty good card right there. So she's had all the answers, that's for sure.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Okay. Silver Moon shall not fall. Very well. Assassinate's pretty good against this. Yeah. We're just gonna do this. Let's
Here
swing.
we go.
I could play the Perdition's Blade, deal 2 more damage. It's a bit risky though. We'll hedge our bets. And drop that guy.
Shall not fall.
So honestly, how much more removal could my opponent have at this point? Can't be much, right? Pop goes the Divine Shield.
For the crusade!
Father Crusader, alright. I really just want to hit him for 3 damage. That's all I want to do. I have so much life, I don't care about this stuff. I just want to hit him for 3 damage. Perfect. Alrighty. So, let's
Remember, kills a lot.
swing. Play a Taunter, just for the hell of it.
May my ancestors.
Play a Perdition's Blade, targeting my opponent. And no reason to play Eviscerate right now. I can combo it out really easily next turn.
Here
Wait, there is a reason to play Eviscerate right now. I forgot the Perdition's Blade deals damage and you can attack with it. There we go. Okay, so that's the game. So this game was actually a very interesting demonstration of the concept of removal. You see, my opponent had removal for everything I played, but it didn't matter, because I kept getting damage through, and the reason why the mage lost is because her removal was expensive. Her removal was taking up her entire turn. What makes rogues good is that rogues have extremely cheap removal. It doesn't cost all your mana for the turn. You're dealing 2 damage for free, 4 damage for 2, all this kind of stuff. And you're swinging with your weapon the whole time, and then you just burn your opponent out. Mages cannot do that. Mages need to have something besides removal in order to win games. And Chusek. Okay. Alright, I think Betrayal is a little early. It's a little early for Assassinate. This is a bit of a late play. Let's keep 1 Betrayal. And let's hope we can get our Defias Ringleader. Nope, no luck. Alright, fair enough. We still have this wolf to play on turn 2, perhaps.
The pleasure is mine.
That's actually the perfect exchange. Hello, the pleasure is mine. Alright, there's no reason to coin anything out right here, so we're going to pass the turn. So next turn, if she plays something, I'll probably keep the wolf in my hand. If she doesn't, I'll just make a dagger.
Summoning.
Pint-sized summoner. This is where backstab is a whole lot better than betrayal. Oh my god, speak of the devil. Okay, that was pretty lucky. I mean, I do have like 2 backstabs in here, so considering I'm mulliganed 3 cards, it's not like it
My
was...
magic will tear you apart.
It's not like it was horribly unlikely that I would get it.
Sorry about that.
My opponent is clearly frustrated that I had the removal. Now, I can actually coin out the Silvermoon Guardian. Problem is I don't have anyone I want to pop back with my Brewmaster. Ah, actually, that's perfect. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Well, I need to think. I can actually kill this owl with my dagger. I think that's best.
Here we go.
Keep my coin for now. Keep my wolf. Well, my wolf is a 2/2. He's been silenced. But I'm hanging on to my coin because I've got good stuff. I can even Brewmaster back my wolf and play him back later. Tazdingo. Well, this is the perfect time for Brewmaster because the Brewmaster is one of the few creatures in the 4 or less mana range that holds up against a Shield Master. She would need to use her hero ability and attack in order to kill the Brewmaster. Of course, with 5 mana, Mage has got Fireball and Polymorph. Frost Bolt will also kill this, but it looks like she has none of those things, and instead we'll do that. Perfect, perfect. Acolyte of Pain. Eee. That is a tricky card. Alright, what I'm going to do is... just
Here
gonna pick my dagger.
we go.
I think this is the time for the coin. Playing that on turn 5 is pretty good. Yeah, she can kill it with a polymorph. That's fine. Actually, polymorph is really good. It leaves a sheep behind for the acolyte to hit and draw a card. But still, playing this on turn 5 and this again on turn 6 seems quite good to me. And if she plays something else that makes Betrayal worth using, I can then use the Betrayal and then have 4 mana left over for the Silver Moon Guardian, which is just totally fine. Alright, a lot of times pass, so clearly she doesn't have the polymorph. She's going to draw a card. Fair enough. So I have an interesting choice here. Oh, what is she going to... is it Ice Lance? Oh my god. Ice Lance. Dear Christ. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you did that. Okay, so I can dagger up Deadly Poison, but that leaves me with only 3 mana, which is actually not what I want right here. Much better appears to be to Betrayal, kill the Acolyte. You know what? No, hang on. I'm gonna go big or go home. Let's just actually hang on to everything. Let's play my other Ogre. I mean, this is pretty compelling. Mages can kill one of these easily, but not both. So now on my next turn, I might be able to get a balls whipping crazy Betrayal if my opponent doesn't play around it. Basically, if she puts a creature haphazardly over here, leaving the Drake in the middle, it could kill the Acolyte and something else. Right, now, thanks to spell power, the Fireball does kill the Ogre. Oh my god, look at this. So this is amazing instructive moment. My opponent just kept her Drake in the middle. That means Betrayal kills both of the outside creatures. If she had put the Tauren Warrior over here, which is not natural, but if you think about it and take the time to do that, it leaves the Acolyte of Pain in the middle, so Betrayal can only kill one creature. So, against rogues, you always have to play around Betrayal because they might just happen. Is it, hang on, is it a common card or a rare card?
Well,
It's a common card, yeah. So since it's common, you really need to play around it. Okay. Can I kill this? I mean, I can do Backstab, Weapon, Deadly Poison. Yeah, it doesn't seem that good. Let's just kill it with my Ogre. And play Divine Shield. So now my Ogre has been dropped to the point where Flame Strike will kill him, but this Divine Shield guy is resistant to Flame Strike. Now at 9 mana, she can actually pop a Divine Shield and then Flame Strike and kill everything anyway, which is a little sad. But that's life. That's what you have to put up with when you're up against mages. Alright, she's going to pop the Divine Shield now. It makes me a little bit concerned that Flame Strike is coming up. Otherwise, I don't know why she would do it. Blizzard. Let's see. These guys are both at 1 health. Ugh. And they're frozen. Ugh. Alright, well, it's time. Start swinging. So playing this guy down is totally pointless, because if she has Flame Strike, she can Hero Ability, Pop Shield, Flame Strike, kill everything. Then again, would she really want to do that? Probably not. Probably just wants to use Hero Ability to finish these guys off. Shoot. I should have killed that Drake with my Deadly Poison and kept this guy at 6-7. In retrospect, that seems obvious against Mage that you want to keep things health up. But if I lose this game, that will probably be the reason why. Now let's take a quick look at cards. I've got 7, 8 on the screen. She has only 5, but she is to play and she's a mage, so mages can have card advantage with their global removal.
For this.
This guy's pretty big.
Locked and loaded.
Ah, that's very efficient. Okay, let's see. If I play the wolf, 4 + 3, that kills it. Shiv, however, does the same job and doesn't put another body on the ground. So let's Shiv up and draw a card. Tauren Warrior, not really what I wanted. Yeah, we're gonna do this.
here we go.
That. Let's backstab this while we're at it. Play this. Keep my wolf behind.
Bring me steel.
I wanna try not to overextend too much against mages. We'll just pass the turn here. 4-3 with Divine Shield is pretty good. But again, Divine Shield popping plus Flame Strike will wipe my board. That will also take up her whole turn, so then I can rebuild. Anyway, ooh, I like seeing that. That's really not that good at all. Unless, of course, she has the Flame Strike behind this. Oh my god, she has the Flame Strike behind this. Motherfucker. Ah. Damn it. Well, this is actually pretty good.
Drink up the
Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill this thing. Yeah, start swinging. Alright, hopefully she doesn't have another Flame Strike. That would be really sad. She's played a Blizzard, which is a rare card. She's played Flame Strike. Hopefully that's as much as juice as this mage has. I'm still technically in the lead. I have 4 cards to her 3. Alright, now this is what I like to see. This is just not good at all, and that's weak sauce in the extreme. Perfect. Assassin's Blade. I hate trading my 5/5 in for hers, but it seems like the way to go. I don't want to trigger Enrage because that drops him down to 1 health, whereupon he dies. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And swing for 3. Alright, 4 cards to 2. Again, a single... Mages can always have an answer. You just have to accept this playing against mages. They can always... There's always something they could have that will just wreck your day. So like Flame Strike here would pretty much catch her right back up. But this Assassin's Blade is 12 damage. Just by itself, you know? So, this is another 2. So I've got 14 damage just in weapon form. So if I can swing with these guys even once, my opponent's going to be in huge trouble. And she's in huge trouble. Alright. Attack. Attack. This is just the worst feeling in the world when you see your opponent play the Assassin's Blade. I think it's kind of how you have to play rogues, where you kind of treat them sort of like quasi-warriors, where you can just use your weapons to smash face and finish off your opponents in some cases. Oh my god, she has another Flame Strike. Well, luckily for me, that was all her mana. I'm still way above burn range, and I will kill her in 3 turns. If I can get any more damage on the board, that would be nice.
Here we go.
Right, the taunt actually is not super relevant here, and this betrayal is super dead. Man, I would so much rather have an eviscerate, it's not even funny. Because the threat to my life is like a pyroblast and a fireball, which will take the mage 2 turns to kill me. That's good to see, because it's totally irrelevant. Oh my god, the Cone of Cold. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This is a bad sign. It suggests she has a pyroblast. Otherwise, she would have just done that. So we're gonna swing. This freezing stops me from killing my opponent. Betrayal does nothing. Let's play the 5-string leader. Okay, so I win next turn, but the mage does have outs. For example, silence, attack down to 10, pyroblast.
You shall not.
That means that she loses. Oh no! Does she had the way of killing everything? God damn it! Ugh. Oh no! She didn't kill my creature. Oh, she froze me. I see what you did there, sir. I see what you did there. Oh my god! I could actually be in real big trouble if I can't get unfrozen. Well, I think what we have to do is this. We're gonna spend this betrayal. Deal 3 damage to that guy. Finish him off with my guy that she should have killed. Then we're gonna assassinate this thing. And now that the mage is in real big trouble, she has to top deck her. She managed to get me down to 10, so a top deck pyroblast would win her the game. If it's not a pyroblast and it's not a taunt, I win because I just attack her to death. Oh my god, is it a taunting creature?
Well played.
The frost
Oh, it's not. Whew. Wow, got her down exactly. I was actually in serious trouble here. If you look at this board situation, I'm in serious trouble. So that's why as rogues, I really think you have to be very aggressive with your weapons and attack your opponent a lot. If I had held back for any more weapon turns, my opponent still wouldn't be dead right there, and I'd be in serious trouble. At the very least, giving her another chance to draw an out. Alright, we're up to 6-0. With the rogue, no less. Eh? Who thought rogues were dead? Eh? Actually, I did. It's really funny. My runs with rogues pre-patch, I tried 3 times. I had like a 3-runner arena and then 2 arenas where I went up to 6. And all of them, like, I did way worse than I'm doing here. So, the rogue nerf, the armada of rogue nerfs somehow has made me a better rogue player. Honestly, part of the problem, though, is that back when I played rogue pre-patch, everybody else was playing rogue. Like, every other person you played was a freaking rogue. And rogues are not that great against rogues. When you're playing against someone who's trying to do the same thing that you are, you don't have any advantage or disadvantage, you know? Alright, so this is a problem because all my cards are good, but I do want to fish a little bit for Defias Ringleader. I'm going to get rid of Betrayal, and I'm just not going to fish. As tempting as it is to fish for the Ringleader, I think it's more important to have early plays. And I've got some pretty good ones here. I've got Loot Hoarder on turn 2, quote-unquote Fiery War Axe on turn 3, and Perdition's Blade could be coming up if I need it to. This is a lot of, like, burn here. This is, like, 6 damage, 6 damage. Well, the 4 damage is, like, 16 damage. I've got, like, 16 damage in my hand from these weapons. It's nuts. Nuts, I say. Oh my god, I draw Betrayal anyway. Alright, there's no point pointing out that Loot Hoarder, so we'll pass the turn.
Put this apple on your head.
That's actually really lucky for me, because if he had played a 1-1, then the Loot Hoarder would really suck. As it is, I'm pretty happy to kill this thing. Now, I wish I had a backstab, and I don't. I could play Loot Hoarder, but if he plays a creature, there's a 50-50 shot my Loot Hoarder just dies. So what we're going to do is actually just spend our coin right here. Let's dagger up. Deadly Poison.
Here we go.
So this is just like I'm a warrior playing a Fiery War Axe, except I spent an extra mana to do it. That's pretty much it. And, Deadly Poison. If you like Fiery War Axes as a warrior, then you really have to love Deadly Poison as a rogue. This is a smart play, because it's a shame to waste my dagger like this, you know. That's actually a really timely draw. I'm gonna drop it for 1 mana, play this down. I've got more weapons coming up here, so I'm actually gonna hit my opponent. This is violating the cardinal rule of playing against paladins, which is don't let your opponent keep creatures on the board. But I feel like it's a worthy risk. Sure, he could have Blessing of Kings, but if he runs into this, my Loot Hoarder can finish him off. And I think it's worth it as a rogue to start just putting damage on your opponent as much as you can, because that seems to be how your hero power is meant to be used now. If you think about it, the Dagger Mastery is basically like, deal 2 damage to your opponent, kind of like the Hunter's power, except you have to do it over 2 turns. So you don't do quite as much damage as a Hunter would, obviously, but that seems to be like how it's meant to be. Alright, that's pretty big. I could silence it, which is an interesting proposition. Let's see. So I could dagger up Deadly Poison, swing for 3, 6, and I could just kill it over in a really laborious process using a bunch of resources up. I could also Perdition's Blade, but then I can't get the combo off of it. Okay, so I could play this, deal 1 damage, Deadly Poison, make this 4-2, get it down to 2, finish off with the Loot Hoarder. That actually seems a little bit more tempting. Or I could just silence it. I think against Paladins it's worth it to save silences for other stuff, though. Tricky. Alright, we're gonna do this. Perdition's Blade, Deadly Poison again. Spin for 4. Go Loot Hoarder, see what card I get. Captain Greenskin, oh my god, that's so good. Alright, and now I am going to kill that guy because I didn't have a Loot Hoarder around to help me finish it off if he played Place the Blessing of Kings on it, so I killed it. This guy's pretty good here. It becomes a 5-2. Whew. So it's like an Arcanite Reaper. After I've already swung with it once. That's pretty great. You know, I'm realizing Betrayal's pretty bad against Paladins, because they're going to have a lot of these stupid 1-1s running around, not doing anything. It's kind of sad. The eye blinks when you click. I like that a lot. It's cute. Secret. Well, you know what they say about secrets. Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone. Okay. Well, I could trade, or I could kill it with my thing. Noble Sacrifice has just got to be what the card is. I mean, that's the only thing Paladins are going to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to this guy to fish out the Noble Sacrifice, use my dagger to kill this thing. Still got pretty good life. Oh, I'm going to do it after playing Captain Greenskin. Okay, so let's do this. Oh my god, it's not Noble Sacrifice. Ah, it's Redemption. Okay, I see what you did there. Well, does this change my plans? I can actually use Betrayal on this to kill that thing. Then I can't play Captain Greenskin or, for that matter, anything else. Bah. If I play this, he just dies. Okay. I'm gonna play this. And I'm actually gonna kill that thing. This is how we're gonna do it. So I still have a 5-1 left. I can still kill one more thing. I'm getting to the point where I don't necessarily want to be hitting things that much more with my weapon. But I'd like to just play an ogre down, you know, start laying down some fatties.
Let me
That noise is kind of weird. Trips me out every single time I hover over it. My opponent's thinking hard. Is this a Blessing of Kings? Blessing of Kings, they would trade. So it's kind of like use Blessing of Kings plus a minion to kill Greenskin, so it's not card disadvantage, it's just time disadvantage. Ah, the Aldor Peacekeeper. I see, sir, I see.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, fair enough. Clean up these little dudes.
Here we go.
That's probably the last time I hit something with my weapon. It's getting a little bit dangerous to keep doing that. God, Aldor Peacekeeper is such a good card. It's crazy how good that card is. Now, next turn I can actually play this guy and Betrayal, which will allow me to kill a creature and draw a card. Is he really going to play Blessing of Kings? No, I want you to play a creature, not Blessing of Kings. Although Silence is pretty epic against Blessing of Kings, so I'm okay with it. Alright, buddy, what you doing? What you doing? Blessing of Kings, alright. Oh, you're going to buff it even more, wow. Well, the Blessing of Wisdom, he's going to get a card. Is he going to get... How many cards does he get? What is he? Jesus Christ! Oh my lord. Alright, so the Blessing of Wisdoms are basically going to be like cantrips. They just sort of paid for themselves. Now what we're going to do is go... Boopity boop boop. So all that stuff got silenced. Let's kill it so we don't get any more of that crap happening. Swing for 6, and play this guy. The reason I want to play him is that I'm very vulnerable to Consecration. Consecration kills almost everything I have, so I want to have something that survives it. Alright, that's very unthreatening.
magic shall not
That... Oh no! He stopped me from drawing cards, what a bastard. Okay. Well, my opponent kind of played around Betrayal, although I think that might have been on accident. Let's use it anyway. Because I'm just not sure I'm going to get a better opportunity to use it, honestly. And what we can do now is kill this thing. Kill that thing. Swing, swing, Assassin's Blade.
Here we go.
So my opponent is now practically within burn range. This will deal 9 damage to him. So he needs to get a True Silver Champion or the Guardian of Kings, and needs a Consecration to wipe my board. There are a couple of things he needs. No, he's got the ooze! Oh, Jesus Christ, he had the ooze. Oh my god. That was well timed. Assassinate. Well, any of his creatures will kill any of my creatures. But Assassinate tips the scales in my favor. So we'll just kill his biggest one. I don't want to drop this Panther because it dies to Consecration. So what I want to do instead is use my weakest creatures to kill his stuff, so Consecration doesn't quite hurt as bad. I'm going to swing for 6, which is massive. And I'm actually going to start trying to burn him out. So it may have seemed like, well, Boris, why didn't you play the Panther? That's an extra creature that can kill him. The reason is that Consecration, which is his best answer against this guy, would also answer the Panther. Now he needs to deal with the impending doom of my dagger, and with this guy, and with one card, it's a bit of a tall order. But I'm not sure what will do that with one card. Truce of a Champion. Well, you're still screwed, because this guy kills you. Yeah, Truce of a Champion doesn't save him. He gains back life, but my Ogre. This Ogre got damaged pretty hard, but he's still kicking. Knee smash. Good game.
Well played.
What's interesting is, after this nerf, let's say this patch, I've played Paladin 3 times, and although I felt each time as though I had a good deck, I never felt that good about it. I got like one run up to 7, the other 2 were at 4 and 5, but this rogue has just been feeling like a monster. So yeah, I think I might be playing more rogues, ironically, after they get nerfed. That quest you just saw, by the way, it's the new quest after the patch. Each of those quests give you like a choice, like win 2 games either with one class or with another, so it's not quite as obnoxious if it's a class that you don't like. Obviously, they could give you 2 classes, both of which you hate, but the odds are now twice as good that the quest won't be terrible. Okay, so I'm learning here that Betrayal is just not a very good card to keep around. It's a little bit slow. Let's keep the backstab, because that's just amazing. And hope I get a Defiance Ringleader. Ah, Betrayal. Man, I have 2 Betrayals in this deck. I swear to God, it feels like I have 10 of them. I just can't wait to leap into my hand at every opportunity. And my Defiance Ringleader, meanwhile, is nowhere to be found. Alright, any point in pointing that out? Nope, none whatsoever. Next turn, I can backstab what he kills and play the Loot Hoarder anyway. Steady shot, alright, he's got nothing, that's fine by me. Shoot, okay.
Mind if I roll knee?
Pass the turn. That's pretty good. Not gonna kill my Loot Hoarder. What an interesting decision. I don't know why he wouldn't do that. Well, I guess I'll take the free damage. Let's go ahead and play quote-unquote Fiery War Axe. And pass the turn. So we both have a 3-2 right now. I didn't see any oozes in this draft, which is sad. But even if he has an ooze, it's really only killing 1 card. It's just a deadly poison. The dagger itself came from my hero ability. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Is he still not going to kill my Loot Hoarder? He's not going to kill it. What is he doing? Alright. I guess if my opponent is determined to not kill my Loot Hoarder, I will keep him around. Fortress Ogre, not exactly playable at the moment. I've got a Perdition's Blade back here. Let's start swinging. This one work. Okay, do you want to kill this guy? Is this guy good enough for you to kill? Eh? Come on. Kill something with this bow. I wonder if he's like holding out for his secrets or something? There we go. He's gonna hit him. Fair enough. This Loot Hoarder should have been dead like turns ago. Ah, alright. Well, I think that is actually... Oh, does he have another creature? There we go. Okay. So this is actually kind of awkward. I would love to use Betrayal, but this guy only deals 2 damage. What we're going to do, I think, is kill the Grizzly Bear myself. We're going to play Perdition's Blade uncomboed, because I don't need the combo. Kill that thing. Now this gets comboed out. Explosive Trap would be pretty good here. But this is really only 1 card. This guy draws me a card. And if he does play Explosive Trap here, well, that's fine. I'll just play Folderfist Ogre. Explosive Shot. No matter how I arranged my stuff, all of it was going to die. so I couldn't have played around it there. Although I have to admit I kind of forgot about Explosive Shot. Alright, okay, so here's the thing. Ogre dies to Deadly Shot. So does the Actioneer. So I might as well just play the Ogre.
Here
Keep
we
swinging.
go.
Deadly Shot would hurt really hard here. He'd still have 4 mana then to rebuild. Now luckily then, next turn I can play Gastron Auctioneer, Eviscerate, kill his drop, and draw a card, which is also pretty solid. Alright, there's the Deadly Shot. Fair enough. Secrets, that's annoying. If it's a snipe, I really... here we go. This is a cheap way to test for snipe.
Blood and plunder.
It's snipe. Alright, so his Eagle Horn Bow gets another thing. Fair enough.
Here
Swing.
we go.
Play this guy. Alright, hopefully he doesn't have another Deadly Shot. Although the Eagle Horn Bow kills this most of the way, so he doesn't really need even very little to finish this off. I just really want to be able to play Eviscerate and Betrayal and draw cards from them, because I need some card advantage, because I'm kind of falling behind a little bit in this game. I'm still quite a few turns away from being able to burn him out with my dagger, and if we get into a burn war, he obviously kills me much faster than I kill him. So this 4 health advantage that I have is pretty meaningless, especially when you consider that he can also hit me with his bow if he wants. I really want him to play 2 creatures. 2 creatures would be great. Oh no! Ugh, fuck my life.
I'm ready to learn.
The removal. He has the removal. Oh, Animal Companion triggers it as well. That's fantastic. Oh, and they all get buffed. That's so great. Oh my god. This game just went from bad to worse. I have nothing good to use Betrayal on. He's gonna hit me for 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 damage. It's a little scary. Oh, much as I want to... Damn it. Much as I want to try to burn him out with Eviscerate, it's just not quite close enough. I can't kill this thing, because he placed it very wisely far away from his Violet Teacher. If I could kill these 2 things that are getting in the way, then Betrayal would kill the Leok. But as it is, I think what I have to do... Let's see, 2, 5... Oh my god, I'm even a mana short. Oh, Christ, I'm a mana short. I need to play Weapon, Greenskin, Eviscerate. Oh my Christ. I can kill one of these things with a dagger, but then there's still separation between the Leok and the Violet Teacher. Man, that was expertly done. He completely played around Betrayal to a staggering degree. And I need to combo out Eviscerate, and there's no way to do it well. Alright, what we're going to have to do is make a dagger. I'm getting hit by these guys anyway, so I might as well kill one. Play Captain Greenskin. Bastard. God, that game went south in a jiffy. He had the Deadly Shot for my Ogre, and he had the Explosive Shot for my Ringleader, and then he had the Hunter's Mark for my Auctioneer, and it was just too much. What's interesting now is that here I could actually use Betrayal. Although he's continuing to play around Betrayal. He's putting on a clinic, look at this. If he put this guy over here, Violet Teacher would have killed them both with Betrayal. Instead, only one of them dies. Alright, so what can I do? Boy. I can deal 2 damage to him. That's 9. I can Eviscerate. That'll take him down to 5. I am dead next turn, so I can't do that. I have to kill his stuff.
So
If I kill the Leok, it'll be 4 plus 3, 7, 10. I have to kill 2 of his creatures. Crap, I have to use the Eviscerate. Well,
here we
no point in hitting his creatures because I die anyway. And this is a good way to trigger combo and also draw a card. For Cobra. Seems like it's too little too late, unfortunately. Let's actually use Betrayal here. This is pretty solid. Because what it allows me to do is then Eviscerate will finish off the Violet Teacher.
Job's done.
So I'm still set to lose the game because he hits me harder with his hero ability than I hit him. But there is a non-zero chance that I can win. I think I might be able to. This might be like a Deadly Poison. Would that do it? 5, 7? No. I think I'm dead too soon. Oh, a Deadly Shot, of course. Of course.
The light protects.
Alright, so he's got 2, 4, 7 damage against me. Aid removal, I currently don't have any of it. Deadly poison. Oh man, that gets him down to 5 health. But it's not enough.
I give up.
That was a good game. Hunter played really well. He had all the answers he needed. I feel like if he just missed one beat, if he didn't have one removal spell, then he would have lost, because I just had the the ogre coming down and stuff. Anyway, still, that was a really solid run to 7-0. I'm okay with losing a game there, and I don't mind clicking the play button quickly, because I think I can beat that hunter. Hunters have been doing surprisingly well, actually. I've been beaten by hunters more than one time. They have pretty good removal cards and very, very nice aggression. Priest.
Valeera,
Blinkies, the priest. Alright.
the light shall bring victory.
I am first.
Your back.
This is a bit late. This is a bit sucky. Let's keep the Cobra around. Assassinate. This is a bit of a slow start. Well, I can dagger on turn 2, Cobra on turn 3. Pray my opponent doesn't have Shadow Word Pain to kill it. And that's the game plan. Oh, look at that. A turn 1
The
play.
light protects me.
This thing is extremely irritating to deal with because you pretty much have to kill it twice for it to die. And along the way, it can usually do something or other annoying to mess you up.
Is someone injured?
Oh, that's a pretty good answer, actually. That is a really good answer to this.
Do you need a blessing?
I'm surprised. Oh, I see. My opponent knows this is gonna die, but basically, it's doing this so that the creature can get buffed. All right, what I'm gonna do is, instead of spend the mana on anyway, I'm actually gonna take 2 damage to kill that with my dagger.
I follow.
Swing there, and the hope is that this thing will die before he can get too much card advantage out of it. Right now, though, he can't pop the Divine Shield, take a damage, heal, draw a card. And then when he's at 3 health, I still can't quite kill it, tragically. Wow! Alright, this got bad all of a sudden. Now that other play makes a whole lot of sense. Oh my god, this is sort of perfect. Boop! Sorry!
Here we go.
That was a pretty good use of the owl right there. Otherwise, this is a card drawing engine that was smacking for 4 damage a
Someone
turn.
injured?
Oh my lord, on a fucking pony. Jesus Christ. Thank God I had the silence. I think I would have just lost the game if I didn't have the silence. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna just kill the active one with the Perdition's Blade before shit gets too out of hand.
Here we go.
Oh my god. Must be frustrating being this priest. He had 2 of these Northstrike clerics in his hand, plus the combo. Plus the priestess. He just had everything. I had the perfect answer there. Which is nice. Spawn. Alright, well, I've already used my silence. Luckily, I have not used my assassinate. Is the assassinate worth it? Yeah. Yes.
Here
Let's finish that thing off. This Argent Squire is a real trooper. Surviving for 5 turns. I mean, for a Hearthstone minion to live 5 turns, that is mighty impressive. 5 cards on the screen to my opponent's 5 cards on the screen. Anyone's game, though. Of course, at the moment. Alright, he's spent his whole turn healing up and playing a wimpy creature. That's great. Because I have a good creature to play. What?
I fight.
It is a bit scary playing a priest as a rogue because they can just heal up against your attempts to bleed them to death with your dagger. Rogue priests do heal faster than you can kill. That's scary. That is scary. Wow, this guy's gonna get to kill 2 creatures though. I'll take that. Can I kill it any other way? Nah, let's just do it. So I think a good play here is draw a card. Oh, I should have waited to see if I could draw a card first. Always draw a card first, kids.
I fight.
What did I kill? Kill the Soul Priest. Oh no, there's only 1 creature on the board. Ha, so I couldn't have used Betrayal. Okay, so I didn't pay for my mistake that time. So now if he plays a big creature, it dies to the Cobra. And so he has to deal with this first before playing anything. That's going to cost him some amount of mana.
Your magic shall
Alright,
not
that's
fail.
4 mana he's spending, not doing anything else. Shadow Word Pain. Why didn't he just Shadow Word Pain this? This suggests he doesn't have any good plays. Because if he had good plays, he wouldn't have essentially wasted the Shadow Word Pain and the silence like that. Okay. Well, I think here it makes sense to... Whoa. Let's play Dagger first. Captain Greenskin next.
Here we
Swing
go.
here.
I fight.
Swing here. That is probably the last time I will swing at a creature with my weapon. When a good rule of thumb is when you're down below 20, that's when you should start to kind of watch it. If my opponent plays something really big, I will be in trouble. Oh god, mind games. Alright, well, it could have definitely been worse. It could have been worse. Okay, here is where Betrayal is kind of amazing. Alright, let's just ignore him.
Here we go. Here we go.
And now's the time for the ringleader.
Shall not fall.
Tons of stuff. So Holy Nova is not that great. All it really kills is my Defias ringleader and pops the Divine Shield. I can just ignore this guy all day. I really couldn't care less about him. Uh-oh, Holy Nova just got a little bit scarier. This guy got a little bit more stupid. And silence. He's getting rid of my Divine Shield. Well, all things considered, I'm doing pretty good. Can I win this right now? Let's see, I've got 5, 7, 9, 12, 14. So what we'll do is play this. Draw a card, see if I can draw an Eviscerate or something. Nope. But I did draw this guy, so let's put him down.
Blood and plunder.
And this will draw a card if it dies, so I'll play it as well.
Here we go.
Swing-a-doodle-doo.
Remember, kill to last.
My opponent's in serious trouble here. There's a lot of stuff he needs to kill. All of it's at 4 health or less, so like Spell Power plus Holy Nova would do it. He doesn't have Spell Power though, because I killed it with Backstab. My opponent's in some pretty serious ass trouble. He's healing his stupid thing. This thing does not have Taunt. Is he gonna give it Taunt? Oh my god, if he has Defender of Argus,
Well played.
that would be so epic. I see. Wow, he almost killed me, actually. He was like 2 damage away from killing me if I didn't have a Taunter out. Alright, I could play this, but I'm not a douchebag. Let's just kill him. Wow, this Snapjaw almost went the distance. So he was going for combos. And I guess he must be pretty good, because I'm playing him with 7 wins. But in general, I don't really like going for combos, because it's just so unreliable in Arena when you don't have guaranteed 2s of the cards that you need. Alright, well, 8 wins is great. I actually have like a 70% success rate in the arena since the patch with like 7 or 8 arenas played. So this patch has been good for Papa Boris. I'm actually afraid of hunters a lot more than I used to be after getting smashed by them a few times. Ginster. Okay.
Your back.
Shiv is a card I would rather see later. So is this, but this is a good 3-drop. Since I'm going first, there's no need to fish for the Defias Ringleader. There's my trusty Argent Squire. It's nice being a rogue with Argent Squire because, you know, anything he plays that has 2 toughness
The light.
will die to this plus my dagger. And the thing is, as a player, when you play Argent Squire, you might not realize how good it is, but when you're up against it, you do realize it. Because it's like, oh, I can't play my Buzzard now because it just dies.
Like my invention.
This is a good answer because it'll draw a card and replace itself. So what I'm going to do is actually make a dagger.
I fight.
And I'm going to swing over top of this Novice Engineer. And you're wondering, why would I do that? Why not kill it? Well, the reason is hunters don't really buff or anything. They're stuff. That's not a beast. And I want to make it so that if he has a Buzzard or a Hyena or some other high-quality creature, I still have this around and my dagger to finish it off. Alright. Looks like that was not the case. He's going to smack me. Okay, well, now that's fine. We will... I don't want to use Backstab on those. Finish up my dagger, put down a Panther, call it a day. Because I've been in that situation where one person plays Ardent Squire and like all of a sudden I can't play anything in my hand. Mages, Rogues, and Druids all do really well with the Ardent Squire. Okay, That secret could be like a freezing trap or something, or an explosive trap. So if it is, I want to root it out right now. I hope it's explosive trap. Yep, okay, so that means my stuff is safe. Now, I've got two Bane plays here. One, I can Divine Silvermoon Guardian. Advantage is it puts a 3/3 with Divine Shield on the board, which is annoying as hell, unless, of course, my opponent has Deadly Shot. Other play is to make a quote-unquote Fiery War Axe by making a dagger, putting Deadly Poison on it. The benefit of that is next turn I can play Mr. Greenskin. All of a sudden, this would be a 4/3, so it's like 12 damage. Let's wait on that, though. I'm gonna make this guy right now. If my opponent plays Deadly Shot, I want him to use that on him rather than on my Ogre, which I'm gonna play later. And I can always play the thing later on, the weapon, the poison, and then Captain Greenskin on another turn.
Pass me that arc-light scanner.
Alright, he's fishing. Frostwolf Warlord. It's a 5/5. Seems solid.
The frost wolves stand ready.
Let's backstab.
Remember,
And
kill
pop the Divine Shield. So I do survive against multi-shot. The Frostwolf Warlord survives with 1 health, and multi-shot would be almost all of his mana for the turn. Deadly Shot, well, I still have something left around. So next turn I can play Battle Fist Ogre, Boulder Fist Ogre, and then I'm starting to run away with the game. Don't see what he can do with 5 mana that would really scare me. Alright, so he's steady shotting me. In general, against hunters, you just always want to attack with your weakest creature. That's pretty much the best way to address all secrets. Oh, he's got another card. What could it be for 1 mana? Timberwolf. Why would you play a Timberwolf here? It's just going to die to my dagger. It could be that this is the snake trap. Well, first of all, see what this is. Ah, okay, it's not snake trap. It's explosive trap. Well, now my guys do both die to multi-shot, which is a bit sad. That being the case, let's do this. How greedy do I want to get? Just make the ogre, that's fine. Yeah, really, I don't think I need to overthink this. Let's just put down a giant guy. If he kills these, he kills these. But I've still got a 6/7, so he's kind of in trouble. That's a pretty good card. Well, I don't have my silence. Let's see, I have 6, 11, 14 damage. I'm gonna try to burn him out.
Remember, kill us.
Drink up the ivy.
I'm not gonna attack just yet. Actually, I kind of want to use this. Yeah, I'm gonna attack.
Here we go.
So basically, I have a monumental amount of damage on the board. This is a nice board control death rattle, but it's not a very good save yourself when you're about to die death rattle. And basically, I can deal 4 damage to him with deadly poison, and if I can just attack with anything else, he loses. I've also got this to deal 2 more damage if I need to. Alright, there's the buzzard. So it's just totally irrelevant, this buzzard. It changes nothing. That changes nothing whatsoever. He draws another card, but he has only 3 mana left. Animal Companion changes nothing. Alright, everything hits really hard, but he's not going to kill me because none of this stuff... Actually, if he had Unleashed the Hounds, I think he could actually kill me. This would be 8, 11, 15, 17, plus 4. He'd have 21 damage. Oh my god, if he had a mana left over and had Unleashed the Hounds, he could kill me right now. That's so crazy. So he's drawing lots of cards, so the card advantage is all well and good, but yeah, he's just screwed. I mean, he's dead.
Well fought.
Alright, I made the right call there. Instead of trading out and trying to do fancy stuff, I went for the throat, and that was absolutely the right play, considering the insanity that he unleashed afterwards. Alright, we got up to 9 wins with Rogue, 9-1, which is quite impressive. So, yeah, don't count rogues out yet. I want to offer my quick commentary here while we get the prize about why I think I did so well with rogue here. Part of it is I had a lot of removal. Part of it is the strategy of using your dagger really aggressively to attack your opponent. Before the patch, nobody would ever do that. The good players would hold on to their dagger and then leave it so that it was around, you know, in case your opponent ever played a 2-toughness creature, you could pump it up and kill it. But now it's different. Now you need to treat it as like a quasi-hunter, quasi-mage ability, where you are attacking creatures if need be, but most of the time you're attacking your opponent in the face, and you want to try to burn your opponent out. The rogue's good is that nobody else is playing rogues right now, so it's an awesome metagame move. Rogues, basically any class that's super popular, gold, rare, light, well, okay. Any class that's super popular is going to have a problem, because when you play against your own class, you have no advantage. You're at the mercy of what your arena was. What is this, 160? 225. I've gotten like exactly 225 gold for like 4 arenas in a row. Anyway, when you play against yourself, you're always you're always like net neutral. Like, you can't have an advantage against a class whose abilities are the same as yours. But now that nobody's playing rogues, if you choose to play rogue, you're not having all those net neutral games. You're always playing against a different class, so you always have that edge that rogues have against everyone else, which is cheap removal and a good hero ability. Alright, well anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the rogue kick ass in this draft, in this arena. I got a terrible rare card, and then a bunch of other garbage. Do I have any extras? Nope, still no extras. Let's go ahead and thank you then for spending some more time with me this Saturday evening. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and or subscribe. And for those of you who want to stick around, let's take a look at our sneak peek for the next arena. If you're heading out, please have a wonderful time. See you next time. I think we all know what this one's going to be. Alright, take care folks. Till next time.